everybody, it's Miss Marie, and today for STEAM Thursday, I thought I would share with you a really fun book that we have from the library. It is called Walter Wick's Optical Tricks, and this book is about optical illusion, which is an idea that you can trick your brain with your eyes into seeing something that's not really there, or to misunderstanding what's there. So your brain basically and your eyes play tricks on you, and that's what an optical illusion is. For example, right on this first end paper, it looks like there's a paper clip there, right? And that the page is ripped, but it's not. That's been drawn on there. And how the illustrator, who is Walter Wick also, tricked you is by putting a shadow under the paper clip. So it really, really looks real. And actually, I believe under the ripped page too, there's a little bit of a shadow. And that tricks your eye into thinking that there's a paper clip in a ripped page. And here you can see that the illustrator has done this again by putting a shadow under the page. It looks like that page is paper clipped on here, but it's not, it's all flat. So that's pretty cool, and that's just a simple effect with a shadow. This book has been published by Scholastic, and it's one that we have at the library, and it's a pretty tricky one, so I'm not going to read all of it, just going to show you a few of the illusions. I would suggest you check it out at the library if you're interested in optical illusions and how they trick your brain into seeing things. So this one is called In Suspense, and he writes them sort of like a little riddle too. A mirror lies flat on a tabletop, but the objects in the mirror seem to occupy a strange place all of their own. An object and its reflection make a pair. What do two halves make? The answer is a clue as to how this illusion works. Now, take a look, and it looks like some of those things seem to be floating in space almost. So what is really going on? Well, if you look really closely, you can see that actually all of those objects have been cut in half and placed on this mirror. So like that is really just half of this circle with a hole in it. So it's really just half of a donut. And you put it on the mirror and it reflects back exactly the other half, so it looks like it's floating in space. Same with this triangle here. It's actually a triangle on the mirror that then looks like a square floating in space. So you can see the line right through the middle. That's actually where the mirror is touching the triangle, making it look like a square. So it's really neat, and I think he explains at the back of the book that the mirror itself is special in that it reflects a little bit differently than a typical mirror, so that's why there's no shadows. So that's pretty neat. There's no shadows on that page, so it makes it harder to tell what's going on. This one I thought was really neat too. This is called Tricky Triangle. The yellow triangle has a peculiar twist. It's impossible, or is it? This triangle may be tricky, but it's not impossible. In fact, it's not really a triangle. Cover the top corner with your hand. I'm going to try to show you that. The left side goes away from you. The right side comes towards you. Can you see that? The side closest to my finger here seems to be going away, and the side closest here seems to be coming towards, right? The sides are not joined at the top. That's an illusion. Turn the page and look in the mirror and see it from another point of view. Are you ready to turn the page and see? He says they're not joined, but they look joined, don't they? Let's look in this mirror and see. Oh my goodness. That's actually what this is. This is the shape. But when the photographer catches it at just the right angle, which I'm not going to be able to do with this book, but when you catch it at just the right angle with the mirror there, it looks like it's joined here. But it's actually almost like a football goalpost back here. Pretty neat, huh? Let's see. See if I can find any more to share with you that aren't too tricky. Oh, I like this one too. The Phantom of the Forest. It's a common animal that lives in the woods, carved in wood that was never carved, with smooth, round edges that are really flat. It's an illusion. Do you see anything in there? A lot of shapes, right? Turn the picture upside down to find it. The Phantom of the Forest. Are you ready to see who the Phantom of the Forest is? Do you see it now? Do you see the deer? it was there all along, carved in there, but it looks like here, it looks like the pieces are just sort of loose and not really making any sense. Then when you turn it this way, you see the shadows properly, then you can really see what it's supposed to be. There's a deer in the woods, carved into that wood. So those were just a few of my favorites that were in this book. I really suggest you borrow it from the library. There's many, many more puzzles in there and explanations at the back of the book that really tell you what's going on in the pictures. So I think you'll really enjoy that. And now I thought we would create our own optical illusion. So hopefully you have, it's actually called, we're going to be making something called a thaumatrope. And a thaumatrope is just two pictures that go together, and they're on two different sides of a piece of paper or cardboard or whatever you have. And when you move them really quickly, your eye gets tricked into seeing them come together and make one image. And the most famous thaumatrope you've probably seen before is the bird in the cage. The bird is on one side and the cage is on the other. And when you go like this, or you spin it on some rubber bands, it looks like the bird is in the cage, because your brain and your eyes are just a little bit, like your eyes are a little bit faster than your brain at processing what you're seeing. So it looks like you're holding on to the image is holding on to the bird and the cage together, when in fact they're not together. So we're gonna be making our own. I think we're gonna make one that is for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna turn the camera down and I'll show you what I have. 2 small paper plates. You can use any kind of card or heavy paper that you have. I'm gonna cut out the circles in the middle of those paper plates because I think that's gonna be easier for me to work with. And so obviously you're gonna need plates or cardboard or cardstock, some scissors, tape, and a straw, and some markers. So that was 2 plates, so now I have 2 circles. So on one circle, I'm going to draw, for Valentine's Day, a nice big heart. There's my heart. And on the other, I'm going to write the word love, but I'm going to write it small enough that it would fit inside my heart. And I'm going to put it right about in the middle. So right about here. L-O-V-E, love. Okay, those are, yep, that looks pretty good. And you could decorate this any way you want. You could also do the classic bird and cage one. I've seen ones that have space, like planets floating in stars. There's all kinds of neat ones you can do. It's really just a fun little optical illusion, tricking your brain into seeing something that's not really there. So now I've taped down, oops, better get that straight, but that does not look straight. I'm going to tape down my heart straight up and down on the back of my straw, plastic straw. I'm going to make sure they're going in the same direction, the word love. I'm going to tape that onto the other side of the straw. Maybe I'll just tape it up here. Tape it down here so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so now I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see when I do it. I'm going to go like this, and if you look closely, so I'm doing it fast, it really does look like the word love is inside the heart. But if you recall correctly, I have the heart on one side and love on the other. And when I go like this, really fast, you can see it. That's pretty cool. So that's a thaumatrope. And it's just a fun way to trick your brain and your eyes into seeing one image when there are actually 2. And that is that. Have fun making your Valentine's thaumatrope, or whatever thaumatrope you like. Maybe you'll send me a picture of it. All right. And that's it. I'll see you next week.